Hey everyone, Brian Castro with callcastro.com here. So today I want to talk to you about selling your home with a realtor. Now, I know what you're thinking. 2.5% of my house. I have an average house in Lewis County, $240,000. 2.5% to pay a listing agent, that is $6,000. I don't know about you, but $6,000, I could go on a pretty neat vacation for $6,000. I'd be pretty happy, right? What if we don't hire them? What do they even do? How do they earn that $6,000? Is it worth it? And let's be honest, there's some bad realtors out there, right? Some of them aren't worth $6,000. So why in the heck should you hire a realtor and pay the listing agent that 2.5%? How are they worth it? Well, let's put it into perspective. First of all, when I see a listing agent, I think they are completely different from a buyer's agent. So, a listing agent to me is the marketer. What they're going to do is they're going to take your house and put it online and put out flyers and contact neighbors and make sure that everyone in the world knows that your house is for sale. Because that's their number one job, to get more eyeballs, right? When you get more eyeballs, you get more offers. And very oftentimes, if there is a bidding war, the price typically goes up, right? If there's two buyers, I would be willing to bet that one of them is probably going to be around $5,000 higher or more than the other. Well, that in and of itself, if you can get more offers or a higher offer than you would have on your own, should make up that difference. So, in general, according to the National Association of Realtors, a house sold for sale by owner sells for 13% less than one listed with an agent. I think that that is partially because of the marketing aspect. I think that is also partially because when you're looking to buy something you see for sale by owner, what do you think first? What comes to mind? It's probably a great deal. I'm going to save money, right? So just that alone, you're probably going to come out ahead if you use a realtor. Statistically speaking, you always come out ahead. But then what does the realtor do outside of just marketing? Because let's say you're savvy, you know how to put stuff on Zillow, you can get your own great photos, you can do all this stuff yourself, and you're willing to pay for it all yourself. That's the important part too, because part of that $6,000 is going to be from the realtor putting up signs and postage and posting all these things themselves, which cost them money. Well, outside that, now that you're doing this yourself, you need to answer the phone. Every time a buyer calls, every time an agent calls, anytime anyone calls, you need to be able to answer the phone. Whether you are at work or retired sitting at home, you need to deal with all of these people blowing up your phone all day. Or you hire a realtor. When you hire a realtor, they handle all the phone calls for you. It's part of the job. We take care of that, and we have systems for it, and we do a really good job. Every time there's a showing, we make sure that everyone's in communication. We make sure that throughout the escrow process, every time there's a hiccup, all the phone calls go to us and we filter them out so you don't have to deal with every single one. Saves you a ton of time. So now, let's say an offer comes in and they go thud. Here's 40 pages of contract. And then another one comes in and goes thud. Another 40 pages of contract. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been doing this for a while. There's a lot of stuff to learn in there. It takes the average realtor at least a couple months to learn everything in the contracts and how they all work. The realtor, if you hire one, is going to be able to look at that and say, this one is fantastic because this price is here and has all these things in it. And this one here is better because even though the price is lower, their lender is really good because the lender on the other guy, and maybe this contingency in here. This one's all cash. If you look at this box, it says it's all cash compared to this one says it's a FHA loan, and those are harder because we have to pass appraisal. And what if we don't? And da da da. So they will be able to help you through all the paperwork and interpret all the paperwork, which is huge. Even that's even a huge difference between realtors and good realtors, is that they will be able to look at two offers and tell you which one is the best, even though the price, or especially when the prices are different, right? Because who cares if an offer is way higher than another one if it doesn't close? If the lender's no good, if the other realtor is maybe sketchy, if the addendums in there aren't good, maybe just the buyer doesn't have any cash, and if anything comes up, the deal's just going to die, right? So having them there for the paperwork is huge. Your realtor is going to negotiate for you. So you might not even necessarily know what to negotiate. Is this a good deal? Can I ask for this? Um, if I ask for this, is the deal just going to die? What happens if I keep pushing this issue? Having a realtor there will offset a lot of the worry there, because they'll, at the very least, at the very minimum, be a soundboard to help you. Can we do this? Well, I don't know, this might happen. Having someone to listen to you and ping pong ideas back and forth, that can save a deal or get you a better deal potentially. Again, one of the biggest things is what happens when a contract goes wrong, right? What happens when the other party's lender isn't in communication? What happens if partway through escrow something happens? Can we get the earnest money back? How does that all work? On your own, you're going to have a really hard time. With a realtor, honestly, you still might have a hard time, but at least you have the experience of someone that's gone through it to help you, and to make sure that when things go wrong, we can ideally save the deal and close it so you get paid, or worst case, make sure that you get the most possible out of it and you don't end up in too bad a shape after everything's closed. And again, one of the more important things too is we know contractors and third parties. So if something breaks or if a repair is needed, I don't know how many septic folks you know in town. Do you know which ones are good, which ones are bad? I think most people don't. If something is funky with the wiring and you have to get the wiring fixed for closing, how many electricians do you know? I know a couple, and I've worked with a couple. Your crawl space isn't dug out enough. Do you know a guy for that? Most people don't. But a realtor will, and they will walk you through that whole process and make that smooth and easy. And again, for the 2.5% or 3% that a realtor usually charges, you've already gotten your money back just from the marketing and getting the higher price. Now you're also getting all these extra things thrown in. Anyways, I'm Brian Castro with eXp Realty and callcastro.com. And if you need a realtor to help you close this transaction, get your house sold quickly for more money, and make the whole process go smooth so you can be doing literally anything else but worrying every day about this transaction, give me a call. I would love to help you. Have a good one. Talk to you soon.